Father's Day 2018 was just a few days ago, and there was a sad picture of my son with his own son, who's in the midst of his second bone marrow transplant in Melbourne. And it was Father's Day, and not how one would hope that he could spend it. Um, so it made me think that just a couple of months ago we had a second Father's Day in uh, Seattle, Washington, where my grandson was also being treated for his leukemia. And in the midst of that, we took a few hours and looked at some galleries and enjoyed a little time together on Father's Day. But again, amidst the agony of a suffering grandson. And so what I'd like to do is read a poem from a little collection that I put together uh, couple of years ago, looking at one thing and seeing another. And the poem, it was actually written for a previous Father's Day, and it celebrates a lovely little habit that Seth, my son, used to have of encouraging me because I was prone to some discouragement, maybe a lot more that he exhibits under the circumstances of his life as it is just now. So this is called Father's Day. Sticky notes. We've had a few bleak times, money related, depression prompted, just overwhelmed by the daily grind, times like most of us know. When the children were home, I used to find little yellow sticky notes when I opened my wallet, or under the lid of the tin when I put tea leaves in the pot, or on my pillow when I pulled back the spread. I love you, Dad. Be encouraged, Dad. We'll make it, Dad. Remembering those little notes turns any day into Father's Day. Little notes transformed by a child's love, an alchemy that turns yellow paper into gold leaf. Abba, Abba, Daddy, Daddy. Abba is Hebrew for daddy. A few years ago, I heard a small boy on the street call Abba, Abba to his daddy, like right out of the Bible. Abba, Father. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, said the God-man, Jesus, as he hung bleeding from his hands and his feet. So us forgiven fathers can say Abba too. Post-it note to Abba. Thank you, dear God. Father, me, confounded by grace, called to be a God parable for a little girl and boy who hear my careless words and see my selfish acts and somehow love me still, and God knows how see some dim echo of the Father of us all and come to love him too. Post-it note to Abba. Thanks for the miracle. And as time creeps across the calendar, years and days I've squandered spending less with the little ones than I presume to imagine, but they thank me sincerely for all the times they had with Dad, the walks, afternoons at the beach, and reading aloud on the couch, And I post my note to Abba, thank you for returning the days the locusts had eaten. So now the little running feet are my children's children, and I see with joy their father's attentive love. I recognize with moistened eyes my sons rise to a father's high calling. With generosity and joy, I pray that they and fathers everywhere will be warriors valiant for truth, wise men with worthy words, respecters of women, courageous men with strength to fight a tidal wave of evil cresting as popular good. Attentive men who listen to the intent of each small voice and hold it in the hands of their heart like leaves of gold. Sticky note to Abba. Thanks for letting me be a dad. Thank you.